Kakayaka means good morning to you. Today is March the 9th. And boy, thank you so much for all the wonderful, beautiful birthday wishes. God bless everyone. And thank you. Thank you from my bottom of my heart. That kind of true love and energy just boosts up my level of aloha, and most of all, it's just really comes from the heart, and when you see that, it feels so good. Anyways, good morning. And it is a good morning because I have a lot of tasks to do. Yesterday I woke up, I was like, I know there's something I need to do, but I have a whole bunch of things that I got to keep on going because, a lot of my time last month was taken up. And, that's the thing is that when we take on other people's energy and their work and things like that, things happen, but they happen for a reason. And that's why it's so good to be very centered, very strong to your conviction of who you are and what you are. Because in the shuffle, you get really, really lost. Because you think you're doing good by helping someone, and when you look at the whole entire scenario in a really bird's eye view, that's what happened. You want to take care of everybody that's involved and all of that. And so I have so much of that reality, true story that I'm going to, yesterday was so funny because I was talking to my CPA because, he's semi-retired, but you know what? And I became such great friends. And, I told him because he was following me throughout my venture, because he does my financial. And I told him what happened. And he was like, oh my God. Wow. I thought that, I know I hear about it, but I didn't know it was this bad. And I said, yes, it is very bad. So, especially living out in Los Angeles, it's, a lot to do with high profile people and things that they do. You just get kind of sucked into it. Not that I'm doing anything bad. I'm just trying to find the justice of all of this, because you got so many people involved and you have so many components of what's happening, because you went in there with a very open mind. You went there with, and that's what we should do, always come in with an open mind, because that's how you're going to learn so much. So I can't wait to talk more about that in details. It's going to be in my Cocojor library of really, I don't have the time to write, so maybe I'm just going to do these video blogs where later on I can make them into a book. But right now I'm just going to be doing this and putting it into to tell you that, beneath all of that glamour and all of that stuff, there's a lot that's happening in LA, especially in that area I was living in, Beverly Hills, West Hollywood. It's unreal and how things happen out there. It's something that, you never thought it happens, and it happens, and then you be more awakened on what's really happening around us, because we don't expect that to happen out here in Hawaii, or, the business I'm in was all about dogs. But then that's why it captured me to learn all about this and what's reality of life out there, besides doggy kisses and stinky, itchy dogs. That, guess what? Cocojor spa product is back, and we can't wait to share all of that. There's so many things of happening with Cocojor, and I'm so happy because it all started off with looking at two dogs named Coco and Jordan through a divorce, and sometimes when we go through these difficult times, if we really focus on who you are, what you are, and focus and just do it, because I remember that moment, that day when it all happened. I came back from the courthouse and I put my hands out, and I was like, oh my God, my dog. And I ran in the back and I forgot to close the front gate because I was in court all day, and they both ran away. And at that moment, I just like screamed, chasing after them. But they were like holding their pee for how many hours? They finally, they're about to do their business. And that was a day that I just lied in front of them. I was like, why is everything is going to be taken away from me? Exactly at that moment. And then right there, it was like boom. I just woke up and I'm like, what am I doing? So I ran out and got my dogs. And then I realized that night I was just thinking, like, what should mommy do? What should mommy really do? Is like, you know what? Why do I feel that everything is taken away from me? When I saved all my money since I was working at 12 years old, and because of my dad, who is such a genius on, how he worked hard and built his life, working so hard as with my grandpa. His stories are so cute, and I can't wait to share them, because there's true stories, like old school stories, that how he was part of building the Kaimana Beach Hotel. My dad was like the right-hand man, getting yelled at, but he was a smart man. He did validate parking. He did the parking and stuff like that, get the tips, be bellboy, do that. And then nighttime, he makes the drinks, be the bartender. He gets tipped. They're like, hey, you're the guy who will check you in. I say, yeah, I'm the guy who's going to give you a good time. Working at the bar. And he knew how to do it. And so that was one great thing, that I was able to listen and watch and go with my dad. I mean, I was like his BFF, taken to all these places. And where we looked at today, where it's called Liki Liki Drive and Zippy's, Dakota Hotel, the Hayashis. And so, way back in the days where my dad used to take me out to Kandaku, out in Kalihi. So these are the kind of things that my background is all about. I mean, we literally started where my grandfather was migrated into Hawaii to work in the plantation field. And next thing you know, he was grabbed at 3-4 o'clock in the morning, thrown into the concentration camp. And that was another story. And so these are histories that I want to talk about, because a lot of people don't really want to talk about it. But it's part of me, and it's part of what we want to do. And when we recognize what we have, because we can't change the DNA in our body. Those are like pure DNA that hasn't been manipulated or hasn't been done anything. It's just pure. And so, that's one thing that I am so grateful, because literally, because of the way my parents brought us up, I was just talking to my mom about it. She's like, oh, I'm going to make sukiyaki for your dinner. Everybody said they're going to come. And I said, oh, you guys make plan, but now you call me. And so anyways, that's my life, which is great, because, I love this moment, these times that I miss so much with my family. I mean, being away and traveling around, and those are the kind of things that we take for granted and we sacrifice as working as entrepreneurs, working at people who not have that regular schedule. We're traveling so we can get what we want, our dream and our passion. And that's what happened with me, going back to that story about Coco and Jordan, put them together, and 20 years later, I'm here, and still thriving further than before, because now I can bring all of you guys who supported me for the last 20 years. I did all of that work of love and passion because I really wanted to do it. And so now I have all these exclusively made spa products just for you. I mean, you've seen it work. You've seen me done with thousands of dogs. And so you can do the same thing at home or take it to the next level and bring it into your business. So stay tuned for that. We got more information on my next video, or you can just click here and we'll take you directly to that page so you can learn more. And don't forget, Hawaii's all about omiyage. We have that gift of aloha ready for you. Once you click in, you can select through our catalog, and guess what is in there? Our world famous cooling products to keep your dog cool at 65 degrees, no refrigeration needed. This is something I won an award with Dog Fancy Magazine back in 2004. So we've been doing it for a while, and we're very proud because of our award-winning products, and most of all, we know that we can help your dog all naturally. Why? Because we truly, truly put in our love, our passion, our care, our knowledge that we get all around the world from the grounds up to create that all natural product in our Cocojor Spa system. So don't forget to sign in here so you can find out more about Cocojor. We're going to have our starter kit, and there we have our shampoo, our original shampoo that literally took years to put back, and we improved it so good that, oh, I can show you right here our next one. Aromatherapy mist. So that's something that you just grow together, because we're always creating new, better products. Why? Because we love our four-legged friends. And so we can't wait to share all of that with you, because you know why? Cocojor is all about doing things really for the right reason, because we really care about your pet for the past 20 years. And most of all, this time around, you can do it. If Cocojor can do it, if I can put two American Staffordshire together and name Coco and Jordan and mesh this together to bring this, you know what? It's all done for you at the 1, 2, 3 easy steps to get your products and services exactly how you would want it sent directly to you. So anyways, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and most of all, I'm going to share you the tips on what I had to go through yesterday and see how it works in my next video. Stay tuned.